really foresee that it become a world phenomenon within 6 months?
No. Why would we think that? No, I think no. I mean, I think we both hope that we had a lot of love and passion for the concept and for the project. I mean, it lived with us for 10 years. And that's just, that says a lot right there. I mean, I lose interest in things really, really quickly. I don't know what you do, but like, if it's for something for me to stick around for 10 years, to keep going back and try and develop it and make it, means that it's something special. I was very like addicted to this idea. And it took a long time to get it made. And no, I had no clue. We had hoped that it would hit it, strike a nerve with people, hit a note and like make an impression.
We knew we knew we were happy with what we were doing, and had really landed with the lead performer that could make the show work, because the show would fall apart without a magnetic performance.
Yeah.
So we knew we were onto something. We didn't really know. We didn't really get a sense, I think, until it had finished. The season had finished airing, and nothing died down. It just kept amplifying and getting louder, and seeing the online stuff come at us, all the Tumblr stuff, the Clone Club, all the support that way. That started happening. When we saw that going, we were like, okay, well, we've got something here. There's something here. It's something starting to simmer. But the Critics' Choice Award for Tat threw it into a different orbit.
Yeah, that was definitely unexpected. As we started airing, we started getting. I think one of the first reviews that I read was Huffington Post, and it was just this incredible review. I honestly was not expecting. I thought it was good, but you never know what people are going to write about it, or whether they're going to like it or not like it, and it was just these unbelievably good, pretty good reviews across the board from episode 1, and then it happened again with episode 2. And people kept going, and the thing is, we were sitting there I had 6 pretty good episodes all lined up, and people kind of were like, critics get a little they're like, yeah, it's good, but are they going to manage to keep it up, right? And Graeme and I were sitting there going, just wait.
Just wait till episode 9 and 10.
Yeah, so it was, we were excited because it was fun to it was like a little giving this little thing out to the world every week. It was kind of exciting to watch people respond to it. Especially in the social media, it was crazy.
Going into season 2, are you inspired by either Tatiana's abilities now to create certain new clones? Was there something that sparked you to these are the new people we want her to try to do, or from other influences?
Well, we've just finished the season introducing a new clone, so we're very interested in unpacking Rachel and letting her run with Rachel. It was going to be super fun and villainous and sexy. But we do love it's a clone show, so we do want to introduce more clones. We just don't want to overdo it, and we don't want to.
Were any of them inspired by what you saw Tatiana do, or know that you can do?
There was definitely, when we saw how she was inhabiting and delineating the characters, we knew we could do the things that we were dying to do with the storylines, and then
But we've sat her and we've been out a bunch of times just to talk about characters, what should we do in upcoming seasons, it's just part of the creative process, right? And we consider her a collaborator, and it's fun to sort of hear her ideas, because she's got great ideas, right? She's really good at coming up with stuff, and
when she got the part, we didn't have a Helena, so she really inhabited that little monster.
We hadn't auditioned her as Helena. We'd only auditioned her as Sarah playing Beth. We auditioned her as Allison, and we auditioned her as Cosima. But we didn't. Helena was really one that a character that we created while we were midstream, in the middle of shooting, and
and as well as Rachel, we warned her several episodes ahead, and we worked together on the character, who the character might be.
And that character we barely just scratched the surface of. So I think we're excited about season 2 being able to kind of like really do way more with her and give her the same kind of life that we gave to Allison, to Helena. You know, make her way more interesting than she. You know, like at the end of season 10, she sort of just seems like a bad guy. And we have way bigger plans for Rachel than just a bad guy.
We don't give our actors tons of story about what's coming because we want that natural surprise and that discovery that the audience is having. We want that coming out of the characters. But there is some things that we give to Tat, and one of them was fairly early. We told her about the twin sister thing, and she, without telegraphing it, absorbed that into her performance and gave us some really cool stuff. Really cool stuff. Yeah.
How soon will we find out in sort of the arc of the mystery of Mrs. S, and also what did they find in Kira in the hospital? You can't tell me, but how soon will we find?
It's obviously those are all the big questions that everyone, you know, that's obviously where we are. It's where we're heading in season 2, right? You know, it's the sort of the next book, I guess, in our little wacky clone show. But
we sure love Maria Doyle Kennedy.
Yeah.
And we've known that character was a sleeper all through season 1. So
yeah, she's definitely. We always figured that Mrs. S had some skeletons in her closet and had some secrets to hide. And as far as Kira's always the thrust of season 1 was really to kind of to not just reunite Sarah with her daughter, but to show the audience that there's something different about Kira, that she's special in some other way. And not to hit people over the head with that, other than, you know, obviously running her over with a car. I guess that's hitting her more. It's a little bit of hitting her over the head. But not do it in a crazy sci-fi way. Do you know what I mean? To kind of like be, you know, to be a little bit like, you know, like look at it a little bit from over here and not telegraph too much of where we want to go with Kira. But we know that she's special, and we know that there is something special about the girl, and that's certainly something that we want to explore in season 2 also.
Well, right away, it became a fan favorite was the character Felix. Could you just talk a little bit about the casting of Jordan Gavaras?
He told us right away he would get naked.
As soon as he said he'd get naked in his audition, we were like, okay. But no, which is actually a true story. At the end of his audition, he did say, as he was leaving the room, I really would like to get naked in your show.
I'll go naked all season.
But prior to that, I knew Jordan because I had been, you know, before Orphan Black, I've been a director in the series where I've done a few features, but I've done a lot of series directing, from, you know, Spartacus to Secret Service, a lot of different networks. And I had come across Jordan in a show that he had done called Unnatural History, maybe a couple years prior, which unfortunately it was a kind of a kid's show and had 1 season. And really liked Jordan, and he was green as the grass, right? And he came in and read, and then we went, wow, he's really good. He potentially did the best British accent of any actor that came in. We were just blown away by the fact that he could do it flawlessly, absolutely. And to be honest, we weren't certain whether we wanted Felix to have a British accent or not. So we were auditioning them actors both with a British accent and with a North American accent. And in the end, we put Tatiana and Felix together and Jordan together in a room and made them run scenes together. And it was really that process, which we call a chemistry read, that absolutely solidified the fact that those were the 2 actors for the role.
1 minute, guys.
Do you think you're gonna explore Felix's background? Because we know he's adopted too, right? We don't know much more than that. So do you think you're gonna go into that in season 2?
I think that the backstory of Europe with Mrs. S and where the girls kind of what happened back in the early days is definitely what we want to do with season 2. Not to let it get overwhelmed with backstory and mythology, but as a way to kind of answer things that we need, like we need answers to certain questions before we can move forward.
But you still let some mysteries close for further seasons.
Yeah, no, we don't want to get. We want answers, but not too many. It's got to be satisfying, but every time we open a door, we want to or close it. We want to close another. So that's the kind of storytelling that we like, and that overarching mystery is super important to us. But the forward pace of the show and the revelations have to come out of forward momentum, not sort of navel gazing and looking too hard at that mythology.
It's true. It's kind of, we know what we want to answer in season 2 as a way to set up what our plan is for season 3. So it's kind of, and then season 3 has its own answers. I think the big question obviously is a kind of a
Who am I?
That's a season, that's a series question, right? And that's sort of something that it's going to be interesting to see how many. We have pretty good plans for 3 seasons anyway.
Please tell me they're Helena Flash.